Welcome to the deep dive. We're digging into ChainOpera AI today, COAI. And the big question, I think, is pretty clear, right? Is this some kind of visionary AI project or, well, is it more like a classic crypto trap?
Yeah, it really sits right at that intersection, doesn't it? ChainOpera AI, it bills itself as this next-gen platform. It's trying to blend decentralized AI agents with social features.
And it's built on the BNB chain.
Exactly,
Sure.
which gives it, immediate access and potential scale within that whole ecosystem.
Okay. And their pitch is that was quite compelling. They're saying, look, this isn't just another token to speculate on. They're promising real utility.
That's the hook, a fusion of social development and this AI agent infrastructure. You're meant to feel like you're investing in an actual platform, something useful down the line.
Right, not just buying hype.
And that core idea, that vision, is probably why it caught on so fast initially.
Oh, yeah, the momentum's been pretty wild. You see the community growing fast, quick listings on exchanges, and honestly, a roadmap.
Yeah,
Well, it's incredibly ambitious.
it really is. They're talking future testnets, core AI modules, new interfaces, even liquidity across different blockchains.
I'm definitely not lacking in big promises.
No, they aren't. But, that ambition often fuels the early buzz. We have to ask, though, how solid is the ground underneath all that? If the tech is potentially there, why are we still talking so much about structural risk?
That's the key, isn't it? Like, if they actually deliver on those functional AI agents they talk about in the roadmap, wouldn't that create real value? Wouldn't that maybe make people less worried about, say, who owns the tokens?
It might, eventually.
Yeah.
But that's the future. Right now, today, you have to look at the risks that are present. And the sources really point to what you could call the ownership problem.
Okay, what's that?
It's pretty stark, actually. Think about it like maybe 10 people owning 80% of a public company's stock
Ah, okay. So a huge amount of the total COAI token supply.
is held by just a handful of digital wallets.
Yeah.
Very few. And that gives them enormous power, really outsized influence over the price.
Right, because if one of those whales, as they call them, decides to sell.
It could trigger a complete market free fall.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that probably explains the crazy price swings we've seen.
Yeah, those huge rallies followed by just sharp drops. So that's not really about tech breakthroughs or anything fundamental.
No, probably not. It looks much more like pure speculative hype, maybe even potential market manipulation driving those moves. The value isn't tied to fundamentals right now.
So investing in COAI at this point is, it's basically a bet on that future vision coming true. Because the actual features, the utility, it's not really there yet, or at least hasn't proven itself.
That seems to be the case, and you can't ignore the other risks either. The sources mentioned reports, things like phishing scams and fake airdrops trying to impersonate COAI. That just adds another layer of danger, especially for newcomers.
Extra risks on top of the core ones.
Yeah. But what's interesting is the overall conclusion from the research. It doesn't scream obvious scam,
Yeah.
but it absolutely screams high risk. It's far from stable, far from safe for most people, especially given that volatility, the lack of current proven utility, and that really concentrated ownership.
So the bottom line for you, the listener, is extreme caution. You should only put in money you can genuinely afford to lose entirely.
Definitely. And that ownership concentration, it really makes you think. If the main risk comes down to who holds the supply, what does that tell us about, well, any supposedly decentralized system where the initial tokens end up in just a few hands?
That's a good point.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what factors besides just cool technology really decide if a crypto project makes it long-term, something for you to chew on as you look at other projects out there.